Lots of information can be recorded about our features on our maps in the attribute tables. We can use these attributes to make selections from our data based on common details. For instance, we can find all of the buildings that have more than 10 floors, or all of the rivers above a specified flow rate. Let's look through the attribute tables for the populated places on this world map and find the locations with the highest populations. To do this, we first need to familiarize ourselves with the data that we have available. If it's still open from the last movie, go ahead and close the attribute pane by clicking on the X in its upper right-hand corner. Then, we'll choose the populated places layer from the contents pane. And from the feature layer contextual tabs, choose the data tab. Then, we'll open up the attribute table. There are a lot of different attributes being stored for our populated places data. If you scroll to the right, we'll find a field called pop_max. Right here. If you right-click on the field title, you can sort that data descending so that the highest population cities appear at the top of the list. Let's go ahead and scroll back to the left. Now we can see that Tokyo, New York, and Mexico City appear at the top 3. If you want, you can go ahead and select one of these features by clicking on the box to the far left-hand side. That'll select that feature here in the data table, and it'll also select it in the map view. Let's go ahead and pan across to Tokyo, and you can see that it's highlighted right here. Let's go ahead and select another one. I'll click on this one for New York, and this time I'll press this button that says Zoom to. The map will center and zoom right in so we can see that New York, which is right here, is now highlighted. Go ahead and click off of that so you can see it unhighlighted. There you go. Now I'd like to find all of the places that have a pop max of 5 million or more. To do that, go up to the Map tab on the ribbon, and then take a look at the Selection group. We want to find the option called Select by Attributes. Go ahead and click that, and the new geoprocessing tool starts up on the right. The layer name is already filled in because it was selected in the Contents pane when we started the tool. The Selection Type dropdown allows you to choose from creating a new selection or modifying an existing selection. I'll leave it set to New Selection. If you know the SQL query language, you can press the SQL button here in order to type in the syntax for the query that we need. Otherwise, go down and press the Add Clause button, and we'll get some help building our selection criteria. The field we want to select from is the pop_max, so I'll click the drop-down menu and scroll down until I find pop max. Then, we have a relationship that we can type in. We have lots to choose from, but the one that I want is greater than or equal to. I'll go ahead and select that from the list, and in the last field, we'll type in the value that we want to compare it to. In our case, 5 million. Go ahead and press Add, and that new line gets added here to our expression. We can continue to add additional clauses if we need to filter our results even further. Otherwise, go ahead and press the Run button, and it'll run our selection. Now we can see we have a bunch of fields selected down in our data table, and up in the map view, a lot of the circles have turned blue. We can go ahead and pan around so we can see all of them over here. If you want, on the Data tab, we have an option to clear the selection. We can swap the selected and deselected features, or we can select all of the features. I'm going to stick with the selection that we already have. Now that we have a selection made, it's probably a good idea to save it so that we can add just these cities to our map. To do this, we'll export our selection to a new feature class in the project's geodatabase. From the Data tab, find the Export Features button and go ahead and click on that. That'll start the Copy Features geoprocessing tool. The input features are going to be the populated places, and because we currently have a selection, it's only going to use the selected populated places. The output feature class, if we highlight over this, is going to go into our default geodatabase, and it's going to give it this name, populated_places_copy_feature, which is the name of the geoprocessing tool. We can go ahead and give this a better name. I'm going to highlight all of this here, and type in populated_places_5m. Go ahead and press Run, and the geoprocessing tool runs. It's going to extract just the selected features and create a new feature class and a new layer in our map. Let's switch over to the Project tab down at the bottom and open up the Databases folder and then the World Data Geodatabase. Now we can see we have a feature class called Populated Places and another one called Populated Places 5m. In the Contents pane, we can turn off just the populated places, and that's only going to show you the ones that were selected. We can go ahead and close this tab now for the attribute table, and then we can pan around our map to see only the populated places with a max pop above 5 million. So that's how you can select and save features based off of their common attributes. It's a very common task that you can perform anytime you need to display a subset of a much larger and more complete dataset.